Imagine this for a second. You're maybe at the grocery store, arms full, or you're rushing to get the kids. You jump into your car, this really sleek, cutting-edge electric car, the Ford Mustang Mach-E. You're ready to go. But then, well, it happens. You try the door from the inside, and nothing. It's just stuck. Or maybe worse, you're outside on a really hot day, you reach for the door, and it's totally dead, completely unresponsive. And the kicker, there's no old school keyhole, no mechanical backup to get you in or out. How would you feel right then? Probably pretty panicked, rightly. Today, we're going deep on exactly that kind of, well, unsettling situation. We are tackling a pretty significant recent recall for Ford's Mustang Mach-E, their super popular electric SUV. Our mission, to really unpack the tech behind this electronic system that's both clever and surprisingly vulnerable. We need to understand the safety issues because it's serious stuff, getting locked in or out, and then there are the legal challenges popping up, and, most importantly, how Ford actually plans to fix this whole thing.
Yeah, and for this deep dive, we've really gathered quite a bit. We've got Ford's own announcements, their recall details, then there are reports from places like The Drive, Electric, the big automotive news sites. We've even looked at the legal filings for a class action lawsuit that's gaining some steam. And crucially, we've got firsthand stories from owners, people posting on Reddit about their experiences. So it's a really full picture.
Okay, let's get into it then. The Mach-E, everyone knows it's celebrated, right? Great design, performance, lots of advanced tech. And a big part of that tech appeal is the electronic door latch system. Ford calls it the E-Latch.
Right, the E-Latch.
It's meant to be smooth, futuristic. You push a button on the handle or inside and pop, the door opens. But, despite all that cool design, there's been this pretty major hiccup, big enough for a massive recall, affecting hundreds of thousands of these vehicles.
And what's really interesting, technically speaking, is that the E-Latch hardware itself, it seems fine. The actual problem is a bit more subtle. It's about how that E-Latch system reacts when the car's other battery, the 12-volt battery, suddenly loses power.
Wait, EVs have a normal 12-volt battery too?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
For running accessories, lights, computers, things like that. And when that battery runs low or dies completely, the electronic door locks just freeze. Whatever state they were in, locked or unlocked, that's where they stay.
You just freeze, wow.
Total loss of electronic control over the locks.
So, okay, what's the bottom line for someone who owns a Mach-E or maybe is thinking about getting one? This simple battery issue creates two really critical safety problems, like genuinely concerning ones. First, and maybe the scariest, is getting trapped inside. Imagine that hot summer day again. Your 12-volt dies while you're parked, maybe even charging, and you can't open the door from the inside. Ford even mentions this risk in their recall documents, high temperatures needing a quick exit.
Exactly. And while they say, thankfully, no accidents or injuries directly linked to this specific issue have been reported yet, the potential danger is pretty obvious.
Definitely. Okay, so that's being trapped inside. What about the other side of it?
Well, what if you're outside when the 12-volt dies?
Locked out.
Completely locked out. And this is where the Mach-E's advanced design kind of backfires. Unlike, well, pretty much every car for decades, there is no physical key backup. No hidden keyhole anywhere.
None at all.
Nope. And that 12-volt battery, the one you need to get power back to the doors, it's under the front hood.
Which you can't open without power.
Precisely. So getting back in means, and this is Ford's own description, a cumbersome multi-step process just to jumpstart the 12-volt and wake the systems up.
That sounds like a nightmare, not just calling roadside for a Slim Jim.
Not at all. You need power first just to access the battery.
And this isn't just a few cars, is it? You mentioned the scale.
Oh, it's huge. The recall covers over 300,000 Mach-Es globally, every model year, 2021 right through 2025. In the U.S. alone, it's about 197,000 vehicles. And Ford's even stopped selling new ones for now, halted sales, until they get this fix implemented.
Stopping sales, that really tells you how serious they're taking it. That's a big deal.
It is. Significant financial hit, reputational impact. It shows the severity. And this isn't just theory, reading technical papers. Owners are living this. We saw posts like one on Reddit. Someone just put it plainly, I was locked out when the 12V battery died.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they talked about having to figure out that whole convoluted manual process to jump the battery just to get the doors open again.
It really is that classic modern problem, isn't it? Relying so much on digital systems that basic access becomes a puzzle.
Exactly. At the worst possible time, usually.
So naturally, with safety issues this big, it's not just about recalls and angry Reddit posts anymore, right?
Right. Things have escalated.
This is where it gets really interesting. Ford's now facing a class action lawsuit. It was filed in California back in February. John Salas and Francisco Xavier Gonzalez are the plaintiffs, and it's directly targeting this E-Latch system.
And the lawsuit's core argument is that not having a physical key backup is, and I quote, a significant safety defect.
Okay, so they're going right at the design choice.
Precisely. It's not just about the malfunction, it's about the lack of a failsafe. It really highlights this tension in car design right now. You have this push for sleek, digital, buttonless cars, but it sometimes means ditching simple, proven mechanical backups,
Like a keyhole.
like a basic keyhole. The lawsuit points directly at that cumbersome, multi-step process to get to the battery if you're locked out. They argue it essentially makes the car unfit for purpose in those situations. You're stranded, or worse, trapped.
So, okay, big problem, real-world impact, legal pressure mounting. What's Ford actually doing about it? You mentioned a fix.
Their solution is a software update.
Software, okay. That seems common these days.
It is. The whole fix is software-based. They're developing an update that basically tells the car, hey, even if that 12-volt battery dies, make sure the door latches default to a safe state, meaning they can be opened from the inside.
So it prioritizes getting out.
Exactly. It's focused on reducing that entrapment risk, making sure occupants can always exit, programming safety into the power loss scenario.
That sounds sensible, but I'm still wondering, how does software fix this if the power is the problem? How does it guarantee that default state without a mechanical link?
Well, this is actually quite clever. Turns out each door lock controller, each individual door, already has its own little internal emergency power source.
Oh, really? Like a tiny backup battery just for the laugh?
Pretty much, yeah. It's designed to allow, get this, up to 20 door openings, or keep the latch functional for up to 72 hours after the main 12-volt power cuts out.
20 openings, that's quite a bit.
It is. So the hardware capability was sort of there. The new software update focuses on tweaking two key modules. One is the powertrain control module that's like the car's main brain. The other is an additional diagnostic module.
Okay.
Reprogramming those ensures that they reliably activate that built-in emergency power for the doors no matter what. So even if the main battery is dead, that little backup kicks in reliably, and passengers, kids in car seats, whoever, can always get out.
Okay, that makes more sense now. It's activating an existing backup system more reliably. But important point for owners listening. This isn't going to be one of those convenient over-the-air updates, right? Like your phone gets.
Correct. No wireless download for this one.
Mach owners will actually have to take their vehicle into an authorized Ford service center, a dealership visit.
Yep. Ford is aiming to start rolling this out in the third quarter of 2025. They'll notify owners by mail when it's their turn.
So a bit of a wait and then a trip to the dealer for everyone affected.
That's the plan. And it also leads to another important point. Despite that lawsuit, despite some owners pushing for it, Ford has been clear. They are not adding a mechanical emergency lock.
So no keyhole coming.
No. The fix remains purely software-based. The fundamental reliance on electronic systems for access, that stays, just hopefully with more reliable software managing the backups.
Right. So let's step back. What's the big takeaway here? This whole saga, the recall, the lawsuit, Ford's software-only approach, it really does underscore how complex things are getting with advanced electronics in cars, especially EVs. It just highlights this constant balancing act for car makers, doesn't it? Trying to innovate, give us sleek tech, but also ensure basic safety and, frankly, convenience.
Absolutely. It's that tension between digital sophistication and, good old-fashioned mechanical reliability. And if you look at the broader picture, this Mach-E situation, it could definitely affect Ford's momentum. The EV market is incredibly competitive right now.
Yeah.
This is just a really good example of the kinds of hurdles automakers hit when they're pushing the technological boundaries. How much foundational simplicity are we trading away?
Yeah, it really makes you think, doesn't it? As our cars become more like computers on wheels, relying on software and electricity for everything, even opening a door, what other traditional, maybe simple mechanical backups are we slowly losing without even realizing it? And how will car designs need to change in the future to guarantee that fundamental safety, that rock-solid reliability in a world where maybe physical keys and manual overrides just aren't there anymore? Definitely something to chew on, especially if you're thinking about your next car.